So, hi ma'am. Ngayon po, I will label the parts of the analog camera. So, nagawa na po namin yan ma'am. And make a video explaining the function of each part. So, magsimula po tayo sa shutter speed, ISO film speed setting. So, it adjusted the camera shutter speed and film sensitivity. Na-adjust niya po yung shutter speed and yung film sensitivity niya po. So, next is shutter release button. So, saan yung shutter release button? Shutter release button. So, when you press it, you should press it po para you could take up photo by opening the shutter. Tapos, next is film advance lever. So, yung film advance lever, it advances the film to the next frame after taking a shot. So, next po is frame counter display. The number of frames taken. So, next po is neck strap eyelet. It used to attach a neck strap for carrying the camera. So, next po is the hand grip. So, yung hand grip po, it is for it provides us for grip for holding the camera securely para hindi po mahulog man. Kasi pag mahulog, wala po tayo. Tapos, next ma'am is self timer lever. Self timer lever. It activates the self timer for delayed shutter release para meron pa po tayong time para makapag-pause. So, next po is lens release button. It press to release. When you press it, it will remove the lens from the camera body. Ito po, pag pinindot nyo po ito, may pipindutin kayo dito para maalis yung So, next is hot shoe contact accessory. So, yung mount, it mounts external accessories like a flash. So, next ma'am is film rewind crank. We use it to rewind the film back into the canister para bumalik po sa canister. So, next po is film rewind knob. It manually turns to rewind the film. So, next po ma'am is film shadow window. Displays the film's ISO setting. So, next ma'am is aperture ring. It adjusted the aperture size to control light entering the lens. So, next po is distance scales. It indicates the focus distance in meter or feet. And next po is focusing ring. Focusing ring po, it used to focus the lens manually. So next po is depth of field preview lever. So it allows viewing of the depth of field before taking a photo. So next 17 is multiple exposure lever. So it is used for taking multiple exposures on the same frame. So last po is 18, exposure measurement button. So ano pong ginagawa ng exposure measurement button? So it activates the exposure meter to measure light levels. So yun po ang analog camera. Okay ma'am. So now yung likod na po ng analog camera. So mag-start po tayo sa number 19. So yung number 19 po is yung viewfinder eyepiece. Yung viewfinder eyepiece, ano po siya, small window that you look through to compose and focus your image. Dito po kayo kung saan kayo sumisilip para makita niyo po kung ano yung pinipicturean. Next one po is number 20, rewind fork. So yung rewind fork, it engage with the film cartridge to win the film back into the canister after use. So next po is number 21, film cartridge chamber. So yung film cartridge chamber, the compartment where the film cartridge is placed for loading into the camera. Ito po nilalagay kung yung film map. Next po is battery chamber lid. So yung battery chamber lid naman po, it covers and enclose and protects the camera battery compartment para di mapasama or magaskasan ganun. Tripod socket. Dito po nilalagay yung yung pwede kong ilagay po sa tripod. A threaded hole located at the the base of the camera to attach it securely into a tripod. Next po is number 24. So yung number 24 po is film guide rails. So yung film guide rails, metals rail that guide the film as it advances, keeping it aligned and flat. So next po is number 25, film sprockets. So ano po yung film sprockets? Yung film sprockets po is small gear-like teeth that interlock with the holes along the edges of the film to move it forward. So next naman po is number 26, camera back. The hinge door that opens to allow for loading and unloading of film. 27 is film pressure plate. So yung film pressure plate, it ensures that the film stays flat and correctly positioned during exposure. So next po is number 28. So film rewind button, a button that disengages the film advance mechanism so the film can be rewound back into the cartridge. Next is 29, film take-up spool. So ano po to? The spool where the film is wound after each frame is exposed. So last po is 30, film cartridge confirmation window. So ano po to? A small window allowing you to verify if a film cartridge is loaded into the camera. So ito po yung back of the analog camera. Hello po ma'am. Ngayon po is front of the digital camera. So number 1 po is built-in flash. So yung built-in flash po is a flat flash unit integrated into the camera that provides additional light for photos. Para pag pinindot nyo po may lalabas na ilaw para mas maliwanag po. Next is flash mode button. So a button to select different flash settings such as auto, red eye reduction, or off. So next po is bracketing button. So what is bracketing button? A button used to manage or store settings or data. So next naman po is infrared receiver. Yung infrared receiver is a sensor that receives signals from an infrared remote control. So next po is mounting mark. So a mounting mark is a reference point indicating where accessories can be attached to the camera. Next naman po is built-in microphone. A microphone integrated into the camera for recording audio. Para po sa pag mag-record kayo may boses. Next po is lens release button. So a button used to detach the lens from the camera body. So next naman po is connector cover for accessory terminal. A cover that protects the port used for connecting external accessory. So next is cover a AF mode button. So ano muna po pala? Cover for accessory terminal and external microphone connectors. So ports on the camera for attaching external microphones. So number 10 is AF mode button. So a button to release to select the autofocus mode for the camera. Para nasa settings rin po ng camera natin yan mami para mag-focus siya. Naka-autofocus po lang siya. So yung focus mode selector naman ma'am is a control to switch between different focusing options like manual or automatic focus. Next naman is meter coupling lever. So what is meter coupling lever? A lever that adjusted the exposure meter settings in the camera. So next ma'am is mirror. A reflective surface inside the camera that directs the light to the viewfinder or sensor. So next is USB connector. Dali na lang to ma'am. It is support for connecting the camera to a computer. Para po doon nyo po pwede ilagay yung mga mga camera sa computer. Next is AV connector. Port for connecting the camera to audio and video equipment. Next ma'am is HDMI mini pin connector. So a smaller HDMI port for connecting the camera to external displays or devices. Next is accessory terminal. A port for connecting various accessories to the camera. Last ma'am is connector for external microphone. a port specifically for plugging in an external mic. So yun po ang front of the digital camera. Hello ma'am. So today, yung likod naman po ng digital camera, back of the digital camera. So let's start with viewfinder eyepiece. So what is viewfinder eyepiece? The small lens or window through which you look to frame and focus your shot. So rubber eye cup. So a rubber eye cup is cushion ring around the viewfinder eyepiece for comfort and to block out the light. So ito siya. So next is delete button. Nandun naman po. As a button used to remove unwanted photos or files from the camera memory. So, mga ayaw nyo na po i-play. So number 4 is playback button. Playback button is a button to view previously captured images or videos on the camera screen para makita nyo po kung ano yung mga tinake nyo pong picture or videos kanina. So number 5 is monitor. So a monitor is the screen on the camera used to view photos or videos and menu options. So next is menu button, number 6. Menu button is a button that opens the camera settings and options menu. So number 7 is help product button. Help or protect button is a button that provides on-screen help or option to protect files from deletion. So next is thumbnail playback zoom out button. So these buttons are used for navigating and zooming in on images during playback, as well as adjusting the resolution or file size for captured images. So number 9 is playback zoom in button, image quality size button, 2 button preset. A button combination used to restore default settings on the camera. So number 10 is diopter adjustment control. So a control for adjusting the viewfinder's focus to match your eyesight. Para sa mga kunyari malabo yung mata nyo, pwede nyo pong ma-adjust para luminaw po yung pagkakita nyo. So yung AFL button. So a button to lock the exposure or autofocus settings while composing a shot. So number 12 is speaker. The component that plays back sounds from recorded videos or audio files. So main command dial. Main command dial naman is a dial used to change settings such as shutter speed or aperture. So next is live view switch, a switch that toggles between the using the viewfinders and the camera screen for composing shots. So number 15 is movie record button, a button used to start and stop video recording. So next is multi-selector. Multi-selector is a control pad for navigating menus and selecting options. So next is memory card slot cover. Ano kasi tama? Memory card slot cover. The covers that protects the compartment where the memory card is inserted. So next is OK button. So ito lang po yung yung press po yung pag press niyo po yung OK button. Makikita niyo po yung infrared receiver, a sensor that receives signals from an infrared remote control. So next is focus selector lock, a mechanism that locks the focus settings to prevent accidental changes. So next is memory access lamp. Memory access lamp is a light that indicates when the camera is reading from or writing the memory card. So number 22 is info button. Info button that displays additional information or details on the camera screen.